Hey, noble ones, welcome to Metatron's Academy. Let's see what World Friends has got for us today. Ooh, Dutch versus German. Which language is easier to understand? Oh, that's going to be fun because we've got a Portuguese, a Spanish, a Brazilian, and an American who are trying to figure that one out. Let's add an Italian, shall we?
I have no idea what Dutch sounds like.
It sounds like a person that doesn't speak German pretending they speak German.
Heel veel mensen eten dit graag
I mean, I don't know. I think they're quite distinctive.
met de vis.
Not even one word.
That was hard.
I'm
Nothing.
ready to show my wrong answer.
Oh, they are trying to guess. Wow.
Yes, I would say they're similar, but sometimes Germans can understand what Dutch people say, but then we cannot really speak Dutch. But some words are the same or sound familiar.
Germans find it easier to learn the language when they come to the Netherlands compared to the rest of the foreigners. So I'm sure there's some similarities, but obviously still
That's very interesting. I love the perspective from an insider.
completely different languages.
I heard like
I agree.
the vocabulary is similar, but then the grammar is different from German.
I have no idea what Dutch sounds
I
like.
only remember like Dutch uses a lot of English words, if I'm not wrong.
That's true. They do use more slang, sometimes just trade in some English words, because Netherlands is really Americanized. 96% of the population in Netherlands speaks English.
That is insane. 96%. I'll have to double check that number, of course, because I don't just believe whatever I listen to or whatever I hear on the internet. But I've got to say, if that's the case, that is insane. I mean, well done, Dutch schools, I suppose. Well, let me know if you're Dutch, if that number is correct.
I actually saw there's a lot of memes with Dutch language because
Yeah.
it looks like it's broken English.
Yeah.
And they're like
Is it?
super long words and they mix a lot of English.
In German too, there's
German.
they just
I think in German as well, they have this thing of, I think it's called, I don't remember the technical term right now, but how they build words to become longer and longer.
put all the words together and make one huge word.
Whenever I hear Dutch, I'm like, wait, is it German? No, it's not German.
That's a fascinating perspective coming from a German native. If you're also a German native, let me know if it's like an individual subjective thing or if it's objectively what a lot of Germans think when they hear someone speaking in Dutch. I had a similar experience actually when I was in London, and I heard people speaking a language that was clearly Romance, and I heard it and the intonation sounded like Northern Italian, but it wasn't. Like, it gave me an impression like it was from Emilia Romagna, but then I'm like, no, it's not though, because I'm not understanding the words. And then it was Madrid Spanish. So Madrid Spanish, in the way they, and also in the way they pronounce some vowels, and even the retracted S, which they have in common with that area of Italy. For a moment I thought, are these Italians? But then the words were not Italian, it was Spanish. So that can happen. Be fascinating to know if it's something that happens to more Germans.
It's like always like the first thought, huh?
Ik kom uit Nederland, Engeland en Zwitserland. Ik ben net hierheen verhuisd en ik spreek 3,5 talen. En ik ben nu nog 2 erbij aan het leren.
It definitely sounds a bit German-ish.
Yeah.
We didn't see the difference with German actually.
It sounds like a person that doesn't speak German.
Well, no, it does. It does sound different from German, but you can tell they're closer. Like, it's obviously closer to the way you imagine German to sound than, say, Spanish or Italian would be. But it is at the same time still very different.
German pretending they speak German.
There's some like mixed accent or dialect.
He speaks 3 languages and he has like 3 different nationalities. And
Hallo, ich bin Lara. Ich komme aus Deutschland. Ich bin 23 Jahre alt. Ich studiere hier in Korea. Ich bin jetzt seit 5 Jahren hier.
Way easier to understand.
Yeah.
Way easier.
I don't know if it's easier to... It was, but I believe it was easier to understand, not because the language is easier to understand if you have no training in it, but simply because of the word choice that the lady, I mean, she did say, I study here in Korea. Probably if he said, I study here in Korea, or I've been studying here in Korea, then we would have probably recognized the word for Korea. I mean, even in Italian, Corea. I mean, if you hear me say in Italian, vivo in Corea e studio la lingua coreana. I mean, even if you have no training in Italian whatsoever, I think you could understand that. Like, it depends on the words you choose, right? So we'll see.
I got like 85% of it. Yeah.
but I think it's because you actually end up hearing a lot more German than you do Dutch. Like
No, I disagree. I think it's simply because of what they chose to say.
like I watch series in German, you know, and it's actually a language that you have a lot more exposition to, like you actually hear it.
Very subjective. Interesting that this lady from Portugal watches series in German. I've never seen anything in German in my life unless it's a World War II movie. And even then, usually it's not even like, because of course you've got lots of different varieties of German, lots of different accents. I guess the SS screaming while handling a machine gun is not necessarily the best representation for Germany and German. So I suppose the only time I heard some German was Swiss German when I went to Switzerland. I've been to Switzerland 5 times, and that was but oftentimes I would use English to communicate, but I would of course hear German in the area where I was, because depending on which section of Switzerland you go to, of course.
As in comparison to Dutch, I don't think I've ever watched like a Dutch show, but I've watched a lot of German shows, for instance.
I think Dutch just sounds a bit more pointed and broken up. Stereotypically, German sounds really harsh. Previously in other videos, I've heard it, and it's always very smooth, a bit softer to the ear, but like I said with Dutch,
Right.
it's like very, not that it's not nice language to hear, but it's just broken up, I guess.
Alright, wow, ja.
Aha.
Ik drink hier heel graag van hete chocolademelk. Ik kan er ook soms van koffie drinken. Handeltje op de zijkant om het vast te houden als het drankje zelf te warm is. Ik giet hier meestal een warm drankje binnen. Dus ik zei al koffie of hete chocolademelk. Ja, ik denk dat
I do believe, yeah, I didn't understand much. The only thing, of course, I could recognize the word for chocolate, the word for milk, the word for coffee. So I imagine it's a coffee-based chocolate milk that he explained how to make.
a pretty accurate description.
I did understand some of the words, but I'm not quite sure.
And I mean, if she's not quite sure, cappuccino? Seriously? Why? Why would you put the cappuccino on the same thing which you say coffee with chocolate? Cappuccino does not contain chocolate. I'm Italian. Okay? You could put a tiny little bit in some cafe. They will put a little bit of chocolate powder on top if you ask. But it's not a chocolate-based drink. Cappuccino is latte e caffè. Grazie. Tiramisu, she said. Fun. Choco milk, coffee. Yeah.
I have no idea. You're right.
Interesting. Two people are right. It's a cup. So I
Oh, for crying out loud, he was... What?
said indeed hot chocolate and coffee. I drink this out of, obviously I couldn't use the word itself, drink hot chocolate and coffee out of this object. I hold it on the side with a handle.
I don't know why you couldn't use the word. I think you should use the word, because the word is what we're trying to see if we understand, right?
I thought you were talking about a cappuccino.
No, because you
Because
mentioned chocolate and coffee. I imagined tiramisu.
That was
Which I mean, sure.
hard.
By the way, tiramisu, which is an Italian word, literally means lift me up. Su means up in Italian. Su, giù, su. And tirare can mean like to draw, it can mean to pull someone. So in that case, it's kind of like pull me up. Yeah, pull me up actually is a good translation. Tiramisu, because of the coffee contents and chocolate and sugar.
Dutch we say kopje.
In English, we say cup.
In Portuguese, we say chávena.
In Spain, we say
Chavna,
taza.
In Portuguese
taça,
from Brazil, we say caneca.
caneca. Cool.
Germany, we say Tasse or Becher.
Never heard of
Becher.
this word actually. What?
Chávena?
Ah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, chávena de café. Because caneca would be the big one.
I would say xícara, but xícara it's for tea.
Yeah, xícara we don't use as much.
Okay.
Also, in dem Alter geht man wahrscheinlich noch in die Grundschule. Man spielt sehr oft, man geht sehr oft raus, trifft Freunde, man lebt zu Hause und hat natürlich seine Eltern noch zu Hause. Man ist noch sehr sorgenfrei. Es ist sehr hart zu beschreiben. Man spielt gerne und auf dem Spielplatz oder...
I understood und.
Well, I have no idea.
Exactly, which was my point. Where are all the people who were saying, oh, German is so easy to understand compared with Dutch? Well, where are you now? Where are you now?
It is really hard. This one is really hard to
Ja, sehr gut.
describe as well.
Did you see like girls at some point?
I heard a girl too.
Like hanging out? Yeah, that's all I got. This is
It's a child.
Oh my god, I put
Oh, she did get it?
living room.
Yeah, it's a living room, you know, yeah. Yeah. Where living rooms are a lot less expensive.
In German, we say Kind.
In Brazilian,
Kind. It's similar to kid, yeah.
In Portuguese, we say criança.
Criança.
Spanish, we say niño or niña.
Niño, niña.
In Portuguese, we also say criança. But yeah, we
Criança.
can also say like menino, menina.
In English, we say child.
Child.
Dutch, we say kind.
Oh, same.
Kind. Same. Cool.
In German, kindergarten is the same as in English. In German, Kind means child. Kinder means children. So
Kinder. Nice.
it's like a place for children.
Kinder chocolate literally means
It's a garden for children where you plant them.
child.
Yeah, right. So it's like child chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why there's a boy on the package.
There's always children on the package.
Je kan het eten. Het smaakt best wel zoet. Het is geel. Je kan het ook uitpersen om sap daarvan te maken met wat anders te eten. Heel veel mensen eten dit graag met de vis.
Not even one word.
Nothing, not even one word. Same. Also, if you notice, the only language, and I'm not trying to mimic a little bit, is Dutch, and there is a reason. I tried. I have an episode on this channel where I tried to imitate Dutch, and actually the Dutch were very nice. Maybe because they're nice, I don't know. But they were like telling me, "No, you did so well. Congratulations." I appreciate that, but I had a sore throat the rest of the day, so I'm not going to do it
Can you
today.
give us a clue?
It's something to eat.
Yeah?
You can eat with fish. That's what you say in the end, right?
Yeah, that's
And
what it's...
soup?
No, sap, which means juice.
Wine?
Sup means juice. Oh, come on. Fish, she said fish and soup, and you guess wine? Well, I mean, I don't know. I do understand that Italian wine is really good. You know, we've got Nebbiolo, we've got Nero d'Avola. I don't know what kind of wine you drink.
I said you can squeeze it out.
Lemon.
It's sweet.
Yeah, zoet, yeah, sweet.
I don't know how
Orange?
the Dutch cook, so.
I don't know what else people eat this with, to be honest. Waarmee mensen dit eten. Want meestal eet je dit niet op het zelf. Je meestal eet het
I love the sound of the language, by the way. It's really cool.
met iets anders erbij.
I don't know if it goes well with fish, but he said you can drink it in a juice and it's sweet.
Oh, she was like, wine goes well with fish. I apologized, and it was okay. It was okay what she was saying. I didn't figure it out. Okay.
In Dutch, we say limoen, lemon.
No, it's not sweet. You said sweet.
Oh,
Yeah, it isn't sweet, mate. Yeah, right. They're gonna lynch you now. It's sour.
That's the first thing I said.
sour. Oh, my bad. Oh, that's my fault.
Yeah, but then he says sweet, and I was like, okay, definitely not lemon, because everything else was like lemon.
Hey, maybe lemons in Holland, took me a minute. Maybe lemon in the Netherlands, lemons are sweet. How do you know? Have you ever been?
Lemon. But then he was like, it's sweet. I was like,
Yeah, I take the blame for that. Yeah,
Actually, I only heard the German word for fish.
vis, yeah.
Fish.
And like by itself, you could have it by itself and with fish too.
No, I said you don't eat it by yourself.
Well, then there's my understanding right there.
In Dutch, we say limoen.
In English, we say lemon.
In Portuguese, we say limão.
In Spanish,
Limão. I don't know what happened with the
we say limon.
in
limon.
Portuguese from Brazil, also limão.
In German,
Limau.
and we say Zitrone. Es ist
Zitrone. How do you say I like in German? I only know ich liebe. But it's like I love. Can I say ich liebe Zitrone? Well, you'll correct me. In Italian, we say limone, limone, limone. Maybe I should have given you the Italian for the rest. Yeah, I should have done it. So Italian for child is bambino, bambina. And the Italian for a cup is tazza. And if it's small, tazzina.
ein Bestandteil des Körpers. Man benutzt diese sehr, sehr häufig zum Schreiben, zum Malen,
I don't know.
alltäglich für alles zum Zählen. Wir haben davon 10 Stück, also 10
They sound completely different. They sound so different.
sind Bestandteil des. Zum Beispiel benutzt man diese beim Kochen auch.
Can we get a hint?
I only got for all.
I didn't understand anything from the explanation.
It's very important. All of you have it and you're using it.
Not really.
Not everybody. That could be so many things.
You're using it to maybe express yourself. That's all I'm gonna say.
I have a theory. Could it potentially be this?
No. Microphone to express yourself? I mean, sure. Hands. Oh yeah, like Italian.
They're a good way of expression.
In German we say Hand.
In Portuguese from Brazil, mãos.
In
Mouse.
Spanish from Spain, manos.
In
Manos.
Portuguese from Portugal, mãos.
In English,
Mãos.
we say hands.
Hands.
we say hand.
So in both of
In Italian, we say mano.
your guys' languages, it's this
Hey, this was really fun, but I'm about right past the halfway mark. As always, in order to encourage people to go watch the original video, if you had fun so far, please finish the video by clicking the link in the description and or the pinned comment, or both. And go watch and give them a like. This was really fun. Thank you so much, World Friends, sorry, was covered by the camera, World Fries. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for my next video. Bye.